Remember when gaming felt like magic? When just one more match somehow turned into 3 hours of pure flow, not frustration? Now it feels different. You open your library, scroll endlessly, and somehow nothing looks fun. You click one, play for 15 minutes, and you quit. But why? What changed? Did we change? Or did the games change? Today, we're going to unpack why gaming doesn't feel as fun anymore, from the psychology behind lost enjoyment to how modern design subtly hijacks our brains. And more importantly, how to bring the spark back with 5 key solutions. Because gaming can still be magical, if you know how to reconnect with it. Here's the thing, we didn't stop loving games, games stopped loving us back. There was a time when fun from video games came effortlessly, when you didn't play to win, to rank up, or to unlock the newest skins from the battle pass. You played because it made you feel alive. Now, the same activity that used to relax you feels like another to-do list. But why? Because of the hedonic treadmill. In psychology, the hedonic treadmill explains that when we repeat the same rewarding experiences, our brain adapts, so the pleasure fades. That first epic win, the level up sound, the rare loot drop that finally dropped after days of grinding for it, it used to flood your brain with dopamine. But over time, the same experience does not bring the same boost of joy. So you need more to feel the same excitement. And modern games know this. They drip feed micro-dopamine hits such as achievements, loot boxes, or login streaks. Tiny bursts that keep you chasing satisfaction that never fully arrives. So it's not that gaming stopped being fun, it's that we adapted and the industry evolved to exploit the adaptation. Let's be honest, you probably have at least one game you don't like but you can't stop playing. That's not failure of willpower, it's a success of design. Researchers Weinstein and Lejoux found that repetitive gaming loops, like daily challenges and just one more round systems, mimic the same behavioral reinforcement seen in gambling. You're constantly given incomplete goals that itch your brain until you close the loop. But here's the kicker, the moment you close it, the game opens 3 more. So you keep chasing closure that never actually comes. That's not fun, that's psychological treadmill. And it's not that we've changed, it's that games have. Games went from being experiences you enjoyed to systems designed to retain you. You used to be a game and feel fulfilled. Now you complete the battle pass and you feel relieved. That's a massive emotional downgrade. And there's another subtle villain, and it lives in your gaming library. Choice overload. Psychologist Barry Schwartz found that too many options actually reduce satisfaction. Sound familiar? You sit down to play, open Steam, Game Pass or PlayStation Plus. You spend 20 minutes scrolling only to give up and watch YouTube instead. Our brains crave clarity, but the modern gaming ecosystem is an all-you-can-eat buffet. And when everything is available, nothing feels special. Back in the day, you'll get one full game every few months, without day 1 DLCs or day 1 updates, and that scarcity forced you to fall in love with it. You learn its quirks, its secrets, you build a relationship. Now, games are disposable. We abandon them faster than we can uninstall. And that constant novelty hunting, it stops us from entering the flow state. That deep immersion where time just disappears. Flow needs focus, commitment and clear goals. Things modern games design rarely encourage anymore. So no wonder gaming feels hollow. We're never truly in it anymore. But let's rewind, okay? Once upon a time, developers made games that they wanted to play. Now, many make games that investors want to monetize. Somewhere between expansion packs and season passes, we traded fun for engagement metrics. And you can actually track this shift. 2015, when the rise of free-to-play and live service models exploded. Suddenly, fun wasn't the goal, retention was. The new philosophy became, if we can keep you playing, we can keep you paying. And it worked. But it came at a cost of what gaming used to mean: exploration, wonder, community. We lost experimentation, we lost patience, we lost the soul. But maybe we can still get it back. Alright, as promised, let's talk about solutions. Because this isn't all doom and gloom. After all, there are ways to bring back the joy. Firstly, decide your goal before you play. Sounds simple, but it's powerful. When you ask, what do I want out of this session? Relaxation, story, challenge. You anchor your brain with purpose. Without that, your play becomes reactive instead of intentional. Secondly, Set dedicated time slots. Try gaming like a ritual, not as a reflex. By setting clear boundaries, you transform it into something you look forward to, not something you fall into by default. Thirdly, rotate genres. Novelty, research your brain's reward system. If you've been grinding shooters for months or years like myself, switch to a cozy indie sim or a story-driven adventure. That shift refreshes dopamine sensitivity and reminds you why you love games in the first place. Fourth, play with people, not with algorithms. This is actually backed by Przybylski et al. Their research found that the joy we feel from gaming isn't strongly tied to autonomy and relatedness, our sense of control and connection. When you play socially, you create real emotions, not artificial ones. And finally, fifth, audit your digital environment and install games you haven't touched in months or even years. Curate your library so it sparks curiosity instead of guilt. This tiny act removes mental clutter and gives meaning back to what's left. You can't stop the industry from chasing engagement, you see, but you can choose how you engage. And that's the key. Because gaming should serve you, not the other way around. So here's a thought. Maybe gaming isn't less fun. Maybe our relationship with it just matured. When you were 12, games were an escape. Now they are a choice. And that's okay. The excitement of discovery turns into satisfaction of mastery, but only if we play with intention. This idea ties beautifully with self-determination theory by Deci and Ryan, the theory that true motivation comes from autonomy, competence, and relatedness. If any of those are missing, joy fades. And modern gaming often strips autonomy away, replacing freedom with notifications, FOMO, and limited time offers. But you can reclaim that freedom by choosing when, what, and why you play. When gaming stops being automatic and becomes deliberate again, that's when the magic returns. So next time you grab that controller, try asking yourself, what do I want to feel right now? If the answer is joy, connection, curiosity, pick a game that serves that feeling. If it's none of those, maybe gaming isn't what you need today. Because gaming isn't supposed to be homework. It's supposed to remind you what it feels like to play. And maybe the fun was never gone. It was just waiting for you to slow down and find it again. Hey, if this resonated with you, drop a comment about the moment gaming stopped feeling fun for you. I'll read everyone's. And if you want more videos that explore gaming, psychology, and the art of living intentionally, consider subscribing. Thanks.